Hi Cancer, welcome to your May reading. This month is going to be very introspective, and there's certain things that you're going to be able to release that is going to be very gratifying for you. And that all starts with Uranus entering Taurus, which is actually in your 11th house. So there's a huge shift happening, and it's happening for 7 years. So it's going to stay in Taurus for 7 years. And that is going to be a brand new beginning, not just for Taurus, but for all zodiac signs, for the world. And we're going to discover new things about ourselves that we haven't really thought of or discovered before. So I'll continue the predictive astrology in the in-depth extended reading, which also thank you guys for sticking around with me with that since January. I know a lot of you guys love it, so thank you for supporting me with that. And when you guys get your tarot reading or your astrology reading, it is nothing but a beautiful warning for you guys to then navigate your path a little bit better with a little bit more knowledge and discover why you're doing the things that you're doing or why certain people are doing the things that they are doing. So I'm really excited that you guys have the month of May to make that transition. It's going to be an internal one. You have a lot of activity in your 11th house. And yes, just as I said that, Queen of Swords comes out. That is the house of Aquarius. So there's a lot of reflection when it comes to your hopes, dreams, wishes, friendships, the way that you communicate in those friendships, and long-term ones or short-term ones, and why you have the ones that you have, what purpose they serve for you. And you also have a lot of activity in your 12th house, the house of secrets and self-undoing. So in this house, it's you're learning more about secrets within yourself. And like I said, we'll dig into that in the extended, but you guys are discovering a part of yourself you didn't know you had this month, which is awesome. And that could mean anything from the way that you do your work, the way that you talk to your loved ones, and how do you get what you want? How does this work for you? How does being this Queen of Swords energy work for you? As a water sign, it is smart to work and dive deep into your mental state and how you analyze things. It's very important for you to step out of your emotions and look at things from a analytical perspective, and we've talked about that a little bit, Cancer. I know it's hard for you guys to do that, unless of course you have air sign, rising, or moon, then it's a little bit easier. But for the majority of Cancer sun or Cancer moon, it's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult to take your emotions out of things. And when you're reflecting on friendships or relationships and the way that you go about handling them, it really has to do with why did you pick those friends, or why did you attract those friends into your life? Did they serve a purpose for you for a work project? Did they serve a purpose for you to get to where you are in your relationship right now? Are they just friends that you made because they're your partner's friends? These are all the things you're going to discover this month. 4 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Okay. So there's a little bit of a internal burden that needs to be released. And the way to do that is to self-reflect. And you have no choice but to do that this month with Uranus entering Taurus. And to ground yourself and to make sure that you are making friends or keeping friends around you that serve your soul and that you serve their soul. And what is the purpose? Why do you have these people around? And maybe you don't get along with your partner's friends or your partner's family, and you're asking yourself, why don't I get along with these people? Why is there a communication issue or a vibe issue? You're really going to reflect into that and discover why. It's really going to be a mental game. Bottom. Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. So many swords. So discovering mentally, I know it can be tricky because mentally it's not the most comfortable place for you to be. Stuck in your head. I know that's concerning because you guys tend to overthink certain things. But Cancer, wiping all that away, I just want to say that this is a very healthy self-discovery for you, because realizing why you attract the people that you attract or not attract is really the first step in becoming that higher being and having that higher level of consciousness. Because you don't need to be around people that make you feel bad or that deceive you or that confuse you or just don't vibe with you, just don't communicate with you properly. You guys just don't click. You don't need to be around that. And there's a cool kind of energy when I see this. There's kind of you guys trying to remain calm and keep cool and make sure that you say the right thing and do the right thing. And you guys always try to do that. You try to keep things on an even keel. And that doesn't always work when you're not vibing with either certain friends you have or coworkers or your partner's friends or your partner's family. If it's not meshing, it's not meshing. You don't need to try to make anything a bigger deal than it is. It's not your fault, is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes energies just don't click, and you're really going to discover that this month. And you're going to start to think, oh, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not saying the right thing or doing the right thing, or I didn't do enough. But that's not the case. Sometimes 2 people come together or a group of people come together and they just don't vibe. Just don't get along. And since you're having a lot of activity in your 11th house, the house of Aquarius, which is air, which is why you have so many swords out here, it's really targeting that energy of why do people say and do the things that they do? What do they want? You don't really know a person unless you know what they want. Brad Pitt said that in, I forgot what movie. It's not Legends of the Fall. It's a different movie. But I'll have to look it up and put it down below. But I always remember him saying that, and I forgot what movie it was. You don't know somebody unless you know what they want. You don't. These people could want your money, your credibility, fame, if you have that. They could want your attention. They could want your whoever you're closest with. They could just be using you to get to that, or they could just be not on the same wavelength as you, not on the same frequency. But a lot's going to go on up here, and just try to not overthink, because that might get you into trouble. Just try to realize that, okay, this is why I'm always in my head this month. This is why, okay, Uranus is transitioning to Taurus on the 16th. Okay, now I know. So now you know, so you don't freak yourself out if you start to overthink things. It's like, why is this guy not text me back? Or why did he text me that way? Or why did he say that? Like, the communication might be, you might be super confused and tend to overthink, wait, why is this person saying this to me? Why did my friend do that, but now she's on Snapchat or Instagram doing this? Drop all of that. It doesn't have to do with you, I promise. It's just all up here this month. So let's continue talking about all of this in the in-depth extended reading. And I'll continue your predictive astrology. And then we'll do Goddess Oracle Angel cards and the purple John Holland deck. And I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Like I said, I love doing the in-depth readings. Been doing them since January. Super fun. And you guys seem to love it. So let me know if you need a private reading. My link is down below, JulianaMeredith.com. And follow me on Instagram at Palladian Star Goddess Tarot if you don't already do so. And I tell you guys every time that I upload. So be patient with yourself this month. Everything will be fine. It's just all in your head. Take time to meditate, light candles, take a rose bath, make some rose water, put it on your skin. Take some time and you'll be okay. Things are looking up. All right, I'll see you guys in the extended in-depth, or I'll see you next month.